Check out the Thinking Out Loud Network at thinkingoutloudnetwork.com.
What's up, everybody? It's your sister, your friend, Crystal Cross, right here on the Morning Jam podcast. I am here with the one and only, Grace Melton. What's up, Grace?
What it do, Ski? I'm here with the only one, your sister and your friend, Crystal Cross, all the way from Arkansas. Not no A2. We ain't gonna do no A2, but we're from Arkansas. Get it right.
Yeah, we're from Arkansas. It's a blessing. But you know what, Grace? We here.
We are here.
We have made it. Yes,
we have made it. Only God can do it. Only God can do it. Only God can do it. Do it.
Grace, we are too silly. So, Grace, all right. What? So, 2020.
Oh, 2020. Cutthroat.
Oh, my God. This is the end of year podcast.
End of
one
year.
And only. Your sister and your friend, Crystal Cross.
Yes.
Wherever Grace is.
Yes. We made it. That's all I can say. I made it. You know what I mean? Even though it was hard, we could say we made it.
But you know, at times when I felt...
Oh, God, you ain't crying. When I felt like giving up.
When I felt like giving up, God said, you got to keep on keeping up.
Keep on keeping up, ain't it? Ain't it something? You know, this year has brought light onto every aspect of my life. And when I say every aspect, when we were quarantined, which I don't have COVID. When I say, when I was furloughed off work, you know, it really brought me closer to my children. I thought I was already close to them. You know what I mean? But then through the furlough and us staying at home, we couldn't go anywhere. Everybody was scared to eat. Everybody was scared to drink. Everybody just scared
I was never scared to eat.
Eat out? Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't. I'm just now going into the restaurants. You just made me clap. Girl, I mean, I did that. I'm just now going back into the restaurants because all of this time, you know, I think about my family. That's my thing. I don't want to expose my family because I'm a healthy individual. So I can have COVID and not even have any symptoms, not anything. So my thing is,
we've all come across where we've been encountered with someone with COVID and we just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah. I came in contact with people and I knew it by working in a doctor's office. You know, I knew it. I knew that this person was going through this, but I was just like, oh, if I had COVID, you know, I wouldn't want nobody to treat me like, you know, even though I was like, you know, put the gloves on. Girl, I had the gloves on. I was like, Ricky Bobby, what do I do with my hands?
I was not finna do all the glove stuff. That's just ridiculous. I'm finna take a little sip of my little pink lemonade from my.
But you know what? I was on my way to Texas. Me and my husband, we took a trip to Texas. So I was sitting there eating a nutty bar with my fingers, right? Peeling it apart. You know how you peel it apart layer by layer. You just don't bite the nutty bar. You have to pull the nutty bar off.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to eat it.
Thank you. Okay. So I got to the end where I was done. And you know, you have all that goodness on your finger. So I was like, so I posted on Facebook.
Do I lick my fingers?
Do I lick my fingers or not?
Wipe that chocolate and peanut butter off.
I was like, do I lick them? I'm like, what do I do? And so somebody put on Facebook, they was like, girl, your nasty fingers have been all over that nutty bar. So you might well go on lick your finger. Girl, you look, I went. I was like, go on lick your fingers, girl. Woo.
I know, but 2020 for me has been definitely a change. But I survived it all. Grace, you know, dealing with a lot of things that happen.
Yeah.
I put my why in it. Why? And then it comes so much joy in 2022 because in the pandemic, there's been so much stuff like I didn't have to get up early to take my kid to school because, you know, at one point in time, he was doing the virtual, but, you know, he got a little late. So I said, get your end up and go back to school if you're not going to do your work. So I had to send him back to school because he didn't want to do his work. That part of the pandemic. Oh. But he, you know, still It's a blessing. He's a senior. Oh my God, Grace, we have seniors.
It's over.
That's one big thing of 2020 that we
Mm-hmm.
both had to walk through
Yeah.
together.
Mine is 18 already. So at this point, he's 18. I can't sign a paper, which we went to the doctor the other day. I can't sign a paper without his consent. I was like, I'm the mama. Don't you ever
Oh my
ask.
God! I didn't think
Yes.
about that.
Yes. And I was just like, oh, give it here. She's like, he's 18, ma'am. I'm like, in my spirit, I was like, okay, chill, Chris. This is legal. It's okay. So,
Wow.
yeah, he has to do everything now. But you know what? He's like a 15, 16-year-old in an 18-year-old
And
body.
people don't know that. Come on, y'all. We still gotta
That's how they
figure out
travel.
18-year-olds. It's just pitiful.
And
So
everything that she said in that doctor's appointment, do you think he remembered? No, he was on the phone until she asked him to sign the papers. And I was just like, do you even know what you're signing? Did you hear them, mama? I was like, it don't matter what I hear right
read
now.
it.
Girl, no, he signed that paper and moved on. I said, they said, you got to pay $1,000.
And
He's
that's
like,
why
what?
they're so green. They're
Mm,
so green, and they don't
mm,
want. Look, my ears. They do not want to hear
yeah,
what we already been through. You ain't.
yeah.
There's always saying, I'm in your age. You ain't been mine yet.
But they think we're being tough or trying to be, just cause you mama, you can say whatever. Girl, boy, bye. Please. You need to listen because you just green.
Okay, so Grace, in 2020,
Look,
what is your takeaway from 2020? What is it?
my takeaway is that I'm blessed beyond compare. I can't complain about anything and understand that God is with me. Crystal, if you think about it, we've had nothing but to depend on God, all the way down from our crazy president, all the way down to crazy people, all the way down to the uncertainties. I got furloughed from my job. So I didn't know if I was going to get called back. I didn't know if, and all these uncertainties, I learned to trust in God. I
Yeah,
learned to just totally depend on God. And I remember having more in the furlough than I did when I was working. I remember eating more in the furlough
girl, let me tell you something.
than I was working. So I can complain because I noticed that God was with me in everything that I've ever done in 2020. God has been with me, even with me going back to work. He was in that, and he knew that my desire was to be closer to my children. I didn't count the cows, but that's okay. That's all right. We're not going to talk about that little instance right there. But it's just, that's my takeaway. God is with me. No matter
If I'd
what.
known how much money I was gonna get during the furlough, I would have took it.
Yeah,
I
you
was
should
like,
have.
okay. And a lot of people said that. She's like, Crystal, you would have been chilling at home, making that easy money,
But
But
Crystal, I didn't have an option. They shut
I
down
did.
and sent
I
us
had an
home.
option on my job.
They just said, today's the last day. Y'all go home. We'll call you if we bring
Ooh,
you back. Just think about
scary.
somebody coming and telling
Yeah.
you that. And I was just, me, I'm like, whatever. I can get a job anywhere. I walked out the door. I was like, I'm sick of driving over here anyhow. Y'all ain't paying enough money. Y'all want me to go off in this pandemic? I'm about to go. But even in that, I walked out and I wasn't afraid. I wasn't. And even at that time, we wasn't getting that additional. That happened during my furlough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had got furloughed, and at that time I was bringing like what, $120 something a week. That's triple cutting my pay. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually quadruple cutting my pay at the time. We couldn't survive at $125.
Yeah.
But do you think I went home worried? No, I said, God, you will make a way. If I have to go get a job somewhere else, you will make a way. And at that point, it was all faith from there. And then things just started happening. I was like, you know what? You got me covered. I'm going to sit right here on this couch. And these kids going to get their act together. I whip some kids in shape.
Listen, Grace, because I know during the pandemic, I got a couple phone calls from a young girl named Grace Melton.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those phone calls?
Because it was a struggle. I was I was used to going. I was used to
Yeah.
doing. I was used to um, just being that independent woman, getting up and going and doing and feeling, fulfilling what I love to do. And at that time, I think about 4 weeks had passed.
Okay. I
And I
was like,
was,
Grace, get it together.
I was like,
I
I'm
want to come
stuck in this house. I can't do anything. I can't go out to eat ice cream. I can't do anything. I'm gaining weight. But you know what? Even at that time, I embraced running. I started running around
You
the
did, and
neighborhood.
then you like kind of pushed it off on me. You really
Yes.
pushed it. I wasn't trying to do none of that.
But you know what? In 2020, I learned during that furlough, in the quarantine part, I learned to be a healthier person.
I did
Physically,
too. Thanks to you. Thank you,
mentally, mentally, and now I'm at a sturdy weight. I stay at 146. That's my weight. I don't go any higher. I don't go any lower. And I'm not ashamed to tell you, if I was 150, baby, I'm still 155.
Girl, I'm 155. I go from 153 to 157. It's like, are you going to stay on a level, or are you just going to keep bouncing back and forth? But I never go out, within it. Like when we said we started walking and stuff, it never goes below that or higher than that.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. Because I always
Yeah.
wanted to keep my weight at one point and one level. So I feel like it is just at that point. But thanks to you, Grace, we are walkers, runners, and
Healthy. Just healthier
Black
all around.
women. Yes.
Because I
Great.
always treated running as therapy. I run and I clear my head, and then the challenge helps you to say, okay, screw everything else. It's just me and this road. I can't think about anything.
Yeah.
I have to think about reaching my 6 miles. I have to think about reaching, my 5 miles or whatever I decided to run in that day. So it made me a healthier person, and it made me stronger. So when I couldn't go anywhere, guess what I did? I ran. And that's why I started running, because
like, run, Forrest, run.
Girl, and I was just like Forrest. Because I had to
let's talk right quick about the real deal about the pandemic. We know that the pandemic hit. Let's talk about these stupid things that we had to put on our face, which is the mask that broke my face out, that did all this. If 2021, if I have to wear it,
you're going to have to wear it. Welcome to the new norm. We talk about third world countries. China been wearing masks forever. You know what I mean? You can see on the news they walking around with masks on. You want to know why? They knew about the COVID-19 before we even did. And that was like years ago.
But I'm, even with the COVID and then the mask, I still, to this day, have not figured out what the tissue problem is. What's the tissue problem? What is it?
It's beyond me. And diarrhea is not even a symptom. It's not. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Girl, just last week I got mad.
What's really going on? But y'all go up here and then, okay, just tell you how selfish people is. Like, you ain't gonna leave me a package of tissue on the shelf, no Lysol, no air fresh.
Lysol, girl. I could not find Lysol to save my life. And I'm like, why? You don't need.
Listen, I'm like, Chad G is in Dallas, Texas. Can you send me some tissue, man? Go ahead and mail me some tissue.
Girl, I saw this thing on Facebook. This man was putting tissue paper in his bill envelope. He paying people with tissue paper. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. He's sitting there. He said, this is how I'm paying my bills this month. Ripping all the squares of toilet paper and putting it in the envelope.
We ain't got time for that. Listen. Really, what's going on?
Girl, I don't know. And I'm just like, people, don't be selfish. And I had to go all the way to Newport. I was on the last row. How can 4 people survive?
Anybody know Newport is 30 minutes from where we live.
30 minutes away to get some tissue. And then, heavens forbid, if I need some Lysol for real, on a
You ain't
real
getting no
tip.
Lysol. You ain't getting no wipes, Lysol wipes. I'm
People are
telling you.
just selfish. I wouldn't say selfish. They're greedy. They just
Yeah.
don't think about the rest of the world. We're
That's the
fighting the
right word.
same virus. We're fighting the same virus. We're in this war together. And for
Exactly.
us
So
to
why
make
can't
it,
you just leave at least a couple? I went into Walmart one day and I was like, okay, I'm going to get me some Lysol. I'm going to get me some bleach and some tissue. Let me tell you what happened. And I'm not talking about these people whatsoever. You know how Mexican live. They have how many people in the home? Girl, I walked back there, looked at the
20
tissue
ocho.
I saw, it was all gone. So I said, dang, man, let me walk up to the front. So happened I passed a Mexican couple, and they buggy was full of it. I started saying, can I have at least one thing of bleach? One? I'm telling you, you know how you get those little things of Gatorade and
Yeah,
hook it to your cart? That's
yeah.
how much stuff of each, the bleach, the Lysol, and the Lysol wipe. They
Oh
took
my
it off.
gosh. Mm.
Oh my God, Grace, it was just so crazy.
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 Because you know what? I was out of luck. I was so out of luck.
SOL. And you know what? You just made me clap my hands. I was clapping my hands down here. Just the fact that I had to drive 30 minutes to find the necessities to fill my home, when on any other given day I could drive 3 minutes up the street and get it. It just tested me. Or wait, I can't say tested. It
Yeah,
tested
it
me.
tested you all right.
And the whole ride, I'm like, now I got to put gas in the car. Now I got to spend more time in this vehicle and drive. And now I got to go see my parents because I'm in the vicinity. Just filling my schedule up.
Still the day of a full responsibility. Like I said, this 20 pandemic has definitely took effect on a lot of people. It's not everybody, because everybody ain't been out like, they don't work like me. Some people stay
Yeah.
at home and it's cool. They all right.
Everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able.
I know. So Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Listen, Grace is you was a selfish person this
Wait a
year.
minute. Let's avoid the S word. It's
Wait,
kind of
so
a false
I maybe I
narrative.
shouldn't say selfish, but I was like expecting you to go to our sister's house
No.
and
We're in the
not stay
middle
at
of a
home. That was
pandemic.
not part of the deal.
We are in the middle of a pandemic. It's about keeping one another safe
But you go to work.
with a mask on. All of you weren't wearing a mask, were you? Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I said
Just
that.
sure. Okay,
Well, I shook
then.
my head. No, no.
It
But
wasn't a strong
then,
no.
matter of fact, Grace, when we got there, we were all cool. Kervin don't lay down the food. But Beretta cooked this year.
Cook this year.
What's with the look?
I'm just saying, I did. Beep, beep.
Yes, because I come to your house to eat. KJ had to work, my son. So just for that, I left, at 4.
And that sucked because I think every special holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas, you need to do your shopping prior to that day so people can go home and be with their families, especially during this unprecedented times. Family matters because with COVID-19 going around, you never know when it's going to be the last day. It's so crazy. People are dying without their family.
I know. It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, but Thanksgiving, go ahead. What did Kirby cook?
That kind of hit right here.
Yeah.
In the
Then
heart.
I walked in there and Jalen and Kinley and Juju sitting on my couch, and I'm just like,
You should have came with me. You should have came with me.
Get out. You know that
The flow
you
like,
know like the beast was talking to Belle. It was like, get out. And I'm just like, and I'm like,
you stupid Grace. So we ended up going to Curtis and Beretta's house because I know they're gonna lay it down. They're gonna cook. They're gonna cook, and
with
they're
the
gonna make
SmackDown.
enough for everybody because they don't know
Yeah,
how to cook with two
SmackDown.
people.
They don't.
So I
Because
get
they
up in
used to you and
there.
Janelle living next door. Okay, go ahead. I just want to make some things clear. There's four. Okay.
Yeah, so it was easy just to walk next door and eat. I didn't have to cook.
Okay.
So I walk in, and there's Michael. So Michael put down the put down. He puts the rules down. I was like, what?
What rules? He
Michael
ain't old enough
said,
to make rules.
no eating of the cheesecake, and you had to bring your own drinks.
Tasting your
Thanksgiving
own
is
medicine.
so different this year. So in that, Brandon, of course, leaves after maybe an hour. We were there just chill. It probably wasn't even an hour, maybe 15 minutes, because he wasn't in there that long. Don't even twist of the lip. He did. He was there for like 15 minutes. I'm up there. What's up, Brandon? Your hand. What's up, my nephew? Chilling and going on. And this little boy mama calls and said, I got to go. I was like, Marquita. She said, I'm just calling y'all to let y'all know that I got the COVID. I was like, but then she spills and say, okay, I took the test on the 13th. It was 26, 27. She's already done her quarantine time, but she just got her test results late. So she was over and done with it. But still, it's just the thought of it being right there without a shield in front of you.
Also, you want a mask now. You want one of them masks.
In the gloves. So the pandemic definitely has been crazy this past year. 2020 has been crazy with that. But Grace, so what is your new discovery for you? What was the new?
That I can sing. I didn't know I could sing.
What?
I finally started hearing what other people were hearing. And I understand my why. Just let it resonate. Don't be surprised.
Wait, no, but that's weird that you said it, because I've always said, Grace, you are the bomb. You can sing. So really?
I never believed that. I just thought, this is my best friend. Of course she's not going to say, you sound a hot ratchet. You're not going to say that. You know, and I started singing around the house. Then I started having the Spirit of God in my home from me singing to myself. I was like, so this is what everybody been tripping about. Okay.
Really, Grace? Wow.
Yeah. And then that confidence in that, because I never liked hearing myself. And now I understand my why. I understand now.
It was actually learning me. And there was a lot of things that I didn't want to hear about me. That I kind of like, okay, that's me for real? Yeah.
That's me.
Crystal, dang.
Yeah.
What? No. That was me.
Yeah. The self-reflecting, that, you know, it's so hard. I don't like it. And then once you find out that you're just a piece of crap, no, you know.
Wait, I didn't say I was a piece of crap.
Listen, let me rephrase, because you took that a little super deep.
I took a little too deep.
There are areas of you that are crappy. You know what I mean? And that's everybody. We have areas within ourselves.
Putty in there. Get me back in order.
It is very, very crappy. There's even, you know, places in me right now that I look at and I'm like, oh, you're so crappy. That area of your life, Grace, you really need to work on it. And that's facing that darkness. And so I kudos to you, you know?
Yeah, because, you know, I never said that I was, I never thought that I was perfect. But I always like, okay, Crystal, you're not perfect. You make mistakes every day. But I'm still here. So it gives me the time to like fix me. And it took
But
a very special,
we're so hard on ourselves, though.
very special two people to like jog it in my head.
But we're so
Like,
hard on
dang.
ourselves. We
Mm,
have to give ourselves enough grace to bounce back. We really
I
do.
am hard on myself. Yeah.
Me too. That's why I should be so much farther, with my singing career and all that stuff, because I was so hard on myself that I pushed myself into not believing in myself.
Wow.
And yeah. And when I think about that, I tear up because I'm just like, oh, Grace. If I wasn't so pretty, I would slap myself. But I ain't gonna do all that.
Pretty girls need slapping too. Slap, slap.
No, instead of all. No, I do not. But it's just that, I can't believe I beat myself into a corner, and now that the beast is released, I'm coming out fighting.
The beast is released.
That's it. So now I have that confidence. There's nothing that I can't sing. There's nothing that you can't throw on the table that Grace ain't gonna do. And I shifted churches exactly a year ago in October. I shifted church from a church that I was raised in, and that took that's what 2020, I think a lot of those emotions and stuff came from too, because I wasn't at my church, that I was raised in. So I shifted and now have a new church. And there's a reason, in the shifting. A lot of people see the negative in the shifting. Okay. So I started going to this new church, right? So Miss Connie, she pulled me up in the praise and worship.
Connie don't play.
Yeah, she's like, you gonna do this. You don't have an option. I'm like, you are not my mama. She's like, you gonna sing because they need to feel the spirit of the Lord in this place. I'm like, I feel the spirit of the Lord just fine. She was like, not what you finna bring. I was like, okay, all right. So I finally did it, and everything was just too high for me. Because it's a church that blacks and whites go to, but the majority of the worship team are Caucasian people, which I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
I can sing anything you give it to me. So I had to shift because with the anointed ones, guess what I was singing? Tenor. And the choir, guess what I was singing? Tenor. Bounce with the alto. But they never let me have a go around with the soprano because they just.
I didn't want you, and I didn't want you in my chorus. Stay in your own
lane. Okay, all right. So at that point, I had to sing higher keys. You know what I mean? They like in B, Crystal. B, C sharp, and above. And so at that point, I was really struggling. Yeah, and I was really struggling. I was like, okay, God, maybe this is not meant for me. I need to, that horrible grace, that crappy grace was starting to rear ahead and really be hard on me and not giving myself enough time and enough grace to shift. And so finally I was just like, you know what, I'll probably tell Miss Connie this is not for me. I'm probably gonna have to just sit out there in the audience because these songs, y'all ain't trying to change key. And Hayden, he's staying the same key. He ain't moving, he ain't shifting. You might well hang that up. So I started really praying about it, and God gave me enough confidence to listen to these songs and actually master the keys. And then they were giving out little vocal coaching segments that keeps you in a higher key. And so I started practicing that. And Crystal, I'm okay.
That's great. I love that your new discovery is Amazing Grace. For me, it was personal. It was a personal discovery for me.
Yeah.
So
how, it sucks that we, have lived our lives. I'm 38, you're 39. We've lived our lives thinking that we're okay. And then after all of that time, life comes and hits you in the face with a frying pan and says, you're not okay.
That's, I was talking to someone. We were talking about how time is. Time will not wait on you.
Yes, it moves. Keeps going. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get with the program, it's going to run off and leave you. And you're going to look up one day and be like, dang, how did I get here?
Yeah. Why am I so far behind? That's what I'm thinking now, because I'm going to say about December, Roger's going to be calling different studios for me, setting up my single. So I'm super excited that my single is going to be released, hopefully by the beginning of January. So I'm super pumped. So
Yay!
I know. So January, February, be looking
So
for
excited.
my single. And I have a makeup artist that slay. She can beat some face. So, y'all, I mean, it's just so crazy how we waited so long to come into our destiny and who we really are, and to have confidence in it. And I'm just like, I'm so angry. I could have been this at 13.
Right. But 2020 for me has been Christmas, Thanksgiving, all day,
20
birthday,
what?
everything.
Did you say
What?
2013?
No, I said 2020. Has been crazy. I did not say no 2013. What do you
I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
said Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, all of it. Especially my birthday, and I turned 39. I was like, whoa.
We
And
had
she
to have our
always
birthday
said,
party outside, and that was just not right.
oh, we did. We did have our birthday together this year.
I don't like sharing my
My
day.
mom, listen, our parents started last year, surprising us with our birthdays. Even the grandchildren is like a surprise. So we got together thinking it was just like a cookout outside, but it ended up being me and Grace's birthday party.
I didn't know how to feel about it though. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, why in the world? My birthday was first. Why am I sharing my birthday party with Grace?
Because they think we cool, but we ain't cool by sharing our birthdays. I'm cool with you, but my day is my day. I'm kind of like Juju on that. It's my birthday. It's my
But
birthday.
yeah, so what overall your 2020 has been for you? What is it?
It has been, I have to say, pretty freaking awesome.
I was gonna say amazing because that's my word. Because in this pandemic, there's been so many blessings for me. I'm on Channel 49 TV network out of Miami, Florida. I'm with I got the hookup with the Caribbean. What? My show's gonna be popping and lit
That's why
on
I'm
that
wearing this shirt.
TV.
I'll bleed in just saying.
But 2020 has been amazing. I mean, I've met so many great, amazing people.
Yeah.
I want to send a peace, deuces, love to WadeWorksStudio because it's amazing. Gary Wade, WadeWorksStudios in Atlanta, Georgia is an amazing spot. Clean. All of it is amazing. The atmosphere is great. As soon as you walk in the door, it's amazing. So I'm blessed beyond measure of 2020, even though
I just almost fell off my stool.
Oh, don't fall. We haven't had family members that passed from COVID, but family that have had family members pass. Our heart and our thoughts and prayers go out to each and every one. Well, right here, we're gonna with the 2020. I'm saying 2020, 21. That was gonna be weird. 2021. I'm looking for bigger and better.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm gonna walk in it too.
yeah. You just can't say you're looking for bigger and better and you never step out and start looking
Yeah.
for it and actually start striving for it. And that's what a lot of people, I get mad when people like, oh, I'm about to. What are you doing? Are you on the phone? Are you making things happening for you? Because faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world. But as you start putting some action with that and some motion and actually start walking with it, you still going to be saying it in 2 years. And I ain't got time for you.
I also have learned from WadeWorksStudios too, because I was like, oh man, this little. He was like, ain't nothing little about what I do. So I learned to be like, saying, oh, okay, this is huge for me. This is big. So if you don't put your mindset to that, you're gonna think little. Oh, this is my little show. No, my big show, my amazing show that's just gonna pop off is popping off, not fixing to or gonna. Popping off.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why I like listening to Kiera Sheard's song, My Seed is Blessed. My body is blessed. It keeps happening for me. Girl, see right there, that gave me goosebumps. Y'all see how I'm clapping? I need to stop doing that.
Stop clapping your hands.
But that is just so awesome. If you think about it, it keeps happening. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop it from happening. Because if God is for you, who can be against you? Nobody.
Okay,
It's just
so
going to
we
keep
have
happening.
talked, definitely great, about the pandemic. We've talked about the mask. We talked about Thanksgiving and Christmas. But there's so much more to 2020 that we had to really just sit down on and just chill. Like, hey, first of all, you can't go anywhere all the time. You got to sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down somewhere. I watched a video. It said, why women always got to feel like they got to keep going? He like, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. And it did. I had to really, because I was at the point to where I didn't even like come into my apartment because, during the shift. So I was like, I'm good out here in these streets. I'm gonna go shopping. One thing Crystal Lacrosse love to do is shop. I love shopping. It has tamed itself. But
that's your thing.
Say,
that's your go-to. That's like your therapy. You know what I mean? That's why you need to, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? And people find comfort in therapy in so many different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just like your thing. That's where you go when
Not every day. I think part of it was coming an addiction. I'm like, Chris, you need to sit down somewhere. Sit down.
We need to set up an intervention.
Yeah.
That's what we need to set up. Take your purse. Take your credit cards. Take your bank account. All your checks. Everything.
So I really had to like sit still. Be still. Listen to your thoughts.
Yeah.
Chill. Relax. Just relax.
How do you feel since you started listening to your thoughts?
How do I feel? It's different, very different. I mean, it's not like I used to not listen to my thoughts. I think it was just during a time in my life to where I was like, okay, I don't want to hear you.
It was amongst the clutter.
Yeah, I felt like it was like cluttered. Like, I don't want to hear this mess. Come on, let's pick up. Let's pick up these thoughts. Leave the thoughts here, and we're going to go use these thoughts. Do I need this red dress? Do I need these red heels or this red purse?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's times in our lives where we have to really learn to clear the clutter. And I had so much clutter till it's like, when am I going to clear the clutter? When am I going to really start hearing grace? And that's this year. I've really started listening to myself and listening to and seeing the motive. A lot of people don't see the motive. People just say, well, you need to just do this, do that, do that. But what's my motive behind everything? Why? What's my reasoning? What is my why?
That word is on my nerves.
What? Motive?
Motive.
Because that's important.
It is important. But I didn't want to hear it, for sure.
Yeah. 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 And that's hard sometimes for people to question your motive. That's what I don't like. And they always come with this question. Well, why are you doing that? It's none of your business.
Is it out of concern or is it out of guilt?
Yes. And then before I knew it, I understood that when I say, it's none of your business, really, that is not right. You need to really check yourself, because and then you have to really understand that you have to read the spirit in which people come into you, how they come to you, because they either come to kill, steal. No, I'm just playing. They either come to either encourage you or they're coming to, push you, enlighten you, encourage you. And that's the people I want in my circle. But also, it's always important to have one person that don't mind checking you. Honey, you got to have one. And if you don't have one, you in the wrong clique.
I love that I have people to check me. And when you got this many, dang,
it's hard.
You turn here or turn right there. I like that. I'm bumping into these too many. Y'all quit.
Yeah, it's hard out there for a pimp, ain't it?
Exactly. So I know for me personally, Grace,
I gotta have it. I thrive off of it. If it had nobody checked me in a while, I'm like,
what's really going on? Well, I'm at.
what's really going on? Where am I at? Grace, really sit down and look at what you're doing. Watch your moves, question your motives, check your integrity, check it. I check my integrity every day. Am I doing things for the right reason? If I'm doing things for the wrong reason, you probably need to go back, get on your knees, because
For
God is
me, Grace,
watching.
I just be jumping into things like,
Yeah.
oh, let's do it. Let's jump into it real quick. Let's do it. Girl, I learned, don't do that.
My son came home, honey. He told me a story about him and his friends was driving to the water tower to climb it. He said he got in the car. Yeah, he got in the car. Listen to how God worked. That's why I pray for my children every single day. Every morning when I go to do my devotion, I pray for my children. So this is what he says. He said, Mom, we got in the truck and I had a deep feeling something was going to go wrong. And he said, I sat in the back of the truck and I said, guys, y'all really want to go and do this? He said, it's illegal. How did my son know that climbing the water tower? That's why I say God is a good God. Those are those secret. Hi. That's how I know
Right.
that there is a God and that my prayers are not in vain. He's like, y'all, we probably don't need to go do this because things can go bad really, really
Real
quick.
quick.
Somebody can get hurt. And then we're going to end up in jail. He's like, I ain't trying to go to jail for nobody. And he said they got to the turn and the boys turned around. I said, Tevin, all of them. They said, Tevin said it's not a good idea. And that's what makes me feel good. That my child listens to the Spirit of God. He listens to his innards, his core.
Yeah.
And actually
and have that common sense too.
To say it, to go ahead and express, I'm not comfortable doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go do this because someone can get hurt. Do you know how many kids could have gotten hurt that night?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, idiot. But then in a sense, I was like, Tevin, I'm so proud of you that you spoke up. You saved someone's life, because if you had a feeling that something was going to go wrong, I'm pretty sure somebody else had the same feeling, but they wanted to go with the crowd. They wanted to just not say anything. I said, but you said something, and that means a lot to me, and I'm proud. So I'm proud of him, even though that had nothing to do with what we were talking about. But I just felt like we needed to share that, because that's like real stuff. That's stuff that my friends tried to talk me into do. You know what I mean? Mm-mm.
I don't know what to say.
It just takes your breath away that these kids are out here really thinking about doing stupid stuff like that. I'm just like, it was a big deal. Let me tell you something. It was a big deal for me.
I feel like because this town does not have anything for children at all, or for teens to do. If we end up getting something fun for them to do, hey, get a arcade or something.
A skating ring. You know what I mean?
Skating rink with arcade stuff in it, pool tables and stuff, and bowling and all that fun stuff here. They wouldn't do all this craziness. They'll go there. They'll be chilling and eating and all that. We need to do that, Grace. Let's go in and build us a place where we have a pool tables in there, arcades, bowling alleys. I mean,
we would never go home. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go home. I wouldn't, because I love skating too much. I love pool too much, and I love the social life too much.
But this social distancing got you.
Yeah, it got me real good, Petey.
But right here on the Morning Jam podcast with your sister and your friend Crystal Cross and Grace Melton.
What it is, Ski?
I'm loving it right here at the end of the year. Filming, podcasting, recording. Over. Crazy. 2021.
I know. We're going to go to 2021. What are we going to do with ourselves?
I know.
We're going to blow it up.
Blow, blow, blow.
We're going to blow it up. We're going in. We're going in, man.
You know what? I'm going to do so much. Do you have a New Year's resolution that have you even thought about?
I can't.
Or do you even do that?
I do that. I even have my little yearly planner already. 5 minutes? Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
I can read sign language. I even have my planner. Okay. So I'm starting to write everything down.
I have a calendar and oh my gosh. What
Mine has stickers in it.
you do today can improve all of your tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, that's so true. That's so true.
So you have a planner that you're going to start.
I've already started it.
Okay, so what's it all? What does it entail?
My single photo shoots, traveling, whether it's driving or flying, traveling, getting my music out, getting with Paul Morton, Bishop, getting with the Bishop, getting with Sean Keys, getting with WadeWorksStudios, just doing it all.
Excuse me, are you forgetting Heart to Heart that quick?
I'm already part of Heart to Heart. What are you talking about? Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that's all.
I'm just looking for more growth, and I want to be humble in everything that God allows, every door open for me, for us.
That humility is such a key.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a key, and a lot of people don't know how to do that.
So this is the end of the year recording, Grace. Wow, I can't believe it. It's been so much fun. I want to thank each and every artist, author, pastor, everybody, entrepreneurs that's been on here, blessing us, encouraging us, acting silly. Shed G, lighting of the candle. We're talking about love over royalty. Sean Perez. We've had so much fun, and it's going to be bigger and better. So
yes,
I'm so grateful, Grace. So let the people know where they can connect with you.
I am Grace Melton, right here on the podcast with your sister and friend. You can contact me on Facebook under Grace Whitaker Melton, Instagram, Grace Whitaker Melton, Snapchat, Grace. Also, you can email me at any time at gracefulsounds7@gmail.com. You can send invites. You can prayer requests, anything. I'm open for it. Performances and also donations for your sister and your friend, all of my connections. Guys, get on there. Give. Ain't gonna hurt you none. Don't give. Don't work it out. You can do it.
I'm definitely grateful. But don't forget about the Positive Girls.
Oh, and you also can join this awesome page. I'm getting too much. The Positive Girls. Oh my God, we're blessing women. We're about to bless nurses. We're blessing everybody through this page. You can go on Facebook, and it's called Positive Girls. And if you would like an invite, just friend me. My name is Grace Whitaker Melton on Facebook, and I will send you an invite, and you will begin to be blessed because it's nothing but inspiring, motivating, inspirating, everything that you could possibly need right there on your Positive Girls page. Bye-bye.
So it's me, your sister and your friend Crystal Cross here, the Morning Jam podcast, the Morning Jam on every Monday through Thursday. Also Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter is Crystal Cross. I have the Morning Jam podcast group, Heart to Heart group, A2 Fashion group. You guys just stay connected with us. We love you. You guys have a blessed 2020 because it's coming.
2021 too. Bye-bye.
Check out the Thinking Out Loud Network at thinkingoutloudnetwork.com.